Hello, Miss Jen. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I see the closed captions are working. So it started writing some of the stuff that we already said. So y'all
Oh,
know all our secrets. Not really.
that's funny.
Anyway, hello, Eric. How are you doing?
Great. Doing
Good.
great. Love you.
I love you too. We're gonna go out in my she shed and do some more work today. Um, we're gonna decalcify some pineals and open up crown chakras and something else. I can't remember. Anyway, today though, to talk about alternate realities, let's go to alternate realities. All right, so I was in an alternate reality already, just talking about other shit, taking you down rabbit holes. But anyway, yeah. So, what is an alternate reality, and how's it compared to alternate lifetimes and parallel lifetimes and all that? Eric, I know
It's
nothing about this.
so what he's saying is it's not really like the same as past lives and future lives. It's more like the parallel universes, alternate realities. Those are the same. Just like he says if you think about your soul's here or part of your soul from the higher self is here, well, part of the soul from the higher self could be living on another universe, another reality right now.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be another reality here on where you are now.
Correct.
All right. So do I have an alternate reality sometime that you can tell me somewhere that you can tell me about right now, Eric? And also, do you? Let's
Yeah,
talk about
so it's kind of interesting because he was actually showing me something before that was like kind of like from the other side, that almost like stepping into a simulator. Sorry, how to get that word, where you could see, like, if you were in this simulator, like if you had made this choice during this lifetime, here's what would be happening,
Oh,
here's what would
yeah.
be going on. And so you can actually learn through those other choices, even if I don't know, it was very weird. Sometimes stuff that happens over there doesn't translate very easily
Of
to what
course, we don't have
here.
the words sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is kind of one of those things where it's like like you're on the other side and it's all about love and peace and happiness. But apparently we can kind of look into other situations that where we could actually feel what we would be feeling if that were actually going on,
Oh, wow.
and actually learn from it. But it's like, not the timeliness of earth, where it's like seems to take forever. So there was that, what he was showing me about, like, if he said, if for instance, for me, if I didn't exit that life when I did, he says I am able to look and see, what if I didn't do that, what else could have happened, what else could have been, where he's not necessarily incarnated someplace.
Okay.
So
Well, what
it's
if you'd had not? What would have happened? Let's talk about that.
so so he says, in this space and time, that was always going to happen. But if we looked at a parallel
Oh, okay.
universe where I'm living this same life in this space and time, this was it for him.
Okay,
But a
right.
parallel universe had everything else been going along, and he had not made that decision on that day. Um, he says he would have battled depression.
Mm.
There would have probably been a suicide attempt, but not successful. And he said in the one particular parallel life he looked at, he would have gone on to do similar work to what he does now, but being able to be here, perhaps going into like psychiatry or counseling or therapy,
Okay.
and working with people like this, um, suicidal,
Yeah.
depression, this sort of thing. That's one of the options.
Would you have got
Um,
married and had kids?
yes, yeah, he says that he would have married. There would have been children, in this parallel
Right.
universe.
Right.
And so he says, really, Earth is so confining, but almost every decision that people make, there could be an alternate reality if you had made a different decision, and what you would have learned there, what you could be learning there. But it's not like you exactly it's like kind of different,
Yeah.
because if you're part of your soul's living a parallel universe, you're having different experiences, so it's not exactly what you're experiencing right now. It is a very complex and multifaceted topic.
Yeah.
You know, he says, you know, if there's a universe where dinosaurs didn't die out, you know, and
Wow.
um,
Would you call them universes then, or dimensions, or
yeah, I guess
parallel
dimensions is
lives,
the
or what?
dimensions feels more right to me because it's not necessarily the same as other planets where there's other
Oh,
life
yeah.
going on other planets right now. So it feels dimensional. Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, because like when you think, you create reality. Thought creates reality. So you think a thought, and all of a sudden that reality is occurring, and then you stop thinking about it and think something else, and so then you go to this other
Mhm.
reality, and that dies out because you're not perpetuating that thought. But in this life, these are thoughts that I'm perpetuating, and that's why
Mhm.
it's my current reality. Is that it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And this really it is dimensional. That's what he was showing me is like whatever this it almost feels like we can step into this like machine on the other side and but it's probably going to different dimensions and seeing what could be going on if we had made other choices, what we
All right.
could
Well,
learn.
it's probably not a machine. What does it look like?
It's just it feels like I'm stepping through a door into a room,
Oh,
okay? And
okay.
then this room is a different dimension is just how it's looking to me. And then he says, really, like, could you imagine if your only lessons came from the life you were living right then? Like it would just take forever to and well, of course we
Oh,
have forever, I guess. But the ability to gain more knowledge than what is just happening right there does exist within our soul and our higher self. And this is one of the ways.
oh. So by living many parallel realities and parallel dimensions, we're downloading information from those realities, those the
Mhm.
lives in those realities too, and in
Mhm.
order to help us evolve.
Yes. Yep.
All right, so tell me one of the biggest lifetimes I'm living in an alternate reality. Can you talk about that? And then Jennifer.
Yeah. What's interesting is what he just showed me is a lifetime where so so in this lifetime much of your life in this lifetime here that we're talking about you right now, Elisa,
Right.
this lifetime has been of service to so many others. Basically from the start of your being here you have been in service to other people, helping other people, nurturing other people, caring for other people. He says there's an alternate dimension where you're actually a singer, but
I've
no
always wanted
children.
to sing. That's so weird.
Yeah, there's no children. No, uh, your choices are based on truly what it is you want that serves you in that lifetime without the worry of caring for so many other people.
Right.
Um, it's almost like the opposite of this one that you're living right now. But there is some loneliness in
Yeah.
that lifetime.
Well,
Um,
can you have bleed through? Can people, or is that very common to have bleed through from one parallel lifetime or reality to this current one?
yeah, so actually what he's saying is sometimes what presents as a past life, and he says that has more to do with the human thought process. Sometimes things that come through that feel like past life are actually just alternate realities right now.
Gosh, it's really interesting because it's hard to distinguish it. But the past life
It's
are
very hard.
actual lives that are actually, well, I mean, are both of them actual lives though? Well, how do you distinguish between an alternate reality slash lifetime and a past or future lifetime?
It's very difficult in the human form to do
Yeah.
that. It's very difficult because we do tend to be a bit more black and white, you know,
Oh,
like because we're so linear here. So if we see a life, it has to be something that's happened in the past.
yeah.
He says this doesn't translate well with Earth having linear time and the other side not.
Okay. So where was I living, or am I living in this alternate reality? Because
Well, it's not here. It's not. I don't. It's just like another dimension. So it's not like
oh,
Earth.
well, so
You know,
that is the difference then.
it's not really like Earth. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's not this other. It's not Earth.
All right. Is
Um,
it another planet, or is it just an empty dimension? It's like, what's going on here? I'm so confused.
yeah, it is. It is quite. It is quite confusing because like incarnations that are on other planets right now, like if you part of your soul was incarnated on another planet, there's something like totally different happening there. It's another planet. This feels multi-dimensional. Like what he's showing me, this life where you're a singer, you look very much like you do right now. Okay, it's very similar to your appearance.
Oh, thought I could at least get an upgrade.
Well, he says your hair is longer and darker there, like jet black. But it just feels like another dimension, not another planet.
Well, is it like
like where the Pleiadians are living right now? Like you still look very much human, but you're not on Earth.
Weird. So is it like it's not tangible like a lifetime is then? I mean, it's just like, is it in the ethers that you're kind of like?
Yes. In the ethers.
Wow, that's so weird.
Yeah, it is. I wonder
what that feels like.
It's very strange. There's not any more awareness in those other dimensions. I guess like when you step into those other dimensions, there's not any more awareness than what we really have here. So if it were Earth, it's like a different Earth. Okay, like in another dimension. Is how he's putting it, but it's not like you're in Kansas City. He just kind of throws that out there. It's not like we can geographically pinpoint exactly where you are. This is very it's very interesting.
So that's weird. So me and that other reality, what am I looking at? Are plants different? Is the earth, I mean, is the ground, are there houses? I mean, it's weird. I just can't see it. It doesn't. Very different.
No, there's houses. You're in like a city type setting is where you are. But again, it's not like LA, it's not like you're in LA living. If you went to LA right now, you couldn't find this other.
So there really is not, it's just created from thoughts, I guess, just however you want it to be created, just like here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is very real for us. Being here on Earth is very real. It's very solid. It's very real. These other dimensions feel the same way.
Okay, so me in that dimension, it feels real to me.
Yes. So, and then he says, then there's like, when you have part of your souls here living this life, and sometimes there is another break off of your soul that's living another life in the same dimension, but it would be a completely different life. Like somebody, we'll just use you, for example, like part of your soul, part of your higher self might be living as a 7-year-old boy in India somewhere right now.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So there is that
parallel
ability.
Lifetimes. So that's parallel lifetimes instead of alternate realities, right?
Yes.
Oh, so cool. Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
Well, past and future, everything's happening at once. So my past and future lives are all happening now. How's that different from what you're talking about, Erik, about parallel lifetimes?
That's always, for me personally, Jennifer, that's always something that is very confusing to me.
It is to me too.
Earth is linear. Earth is linear. So the 1800s happened, in the past, as far as Earth is concerned.
Oh,
so that doesn't really I don't know how to equate Earth's linearness to the other side not having time.
Well, I guess we have to put it in the context of time. So a parallel life for me as a 7-year-old boy in India would be right now.
Yes.
Okay. So parallel to the present life. Okay, I got it. Cool.
Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to add at all?
Well,
let's talk about parallel universes too, but go ahead.
So what Erik is saying is like, as far as like past lives or parallel lives, he says one way you can maybe kind of find out is ask ask when something comes up, is that a parallel life or a past life, and pay attention to your intuition on that. But not parallel lives, other universes. But if you met your soul that was living a parallel life on Earth, because he says this has happened, it would be like when you meet somebody and you just kind of click right away, but he said it's like to the nth degree. But you wouldn't necessarily know it here. that was happening. Okay, it might feel like a soulmate connection, but really very powerful. It would be very powerful, and it's happened. It has happened where, the higher
themselves. Wow.
Yes.
I can meet that 7-year-old boy. Of course, that's just an example. 7-year-old boy in India and go, whoa.
Yeah, but you might not necessarily understand why.
No, okay. Of course not, unless you ask,
Yes, right.
That's really So do you get bleed through? Like, suppose I'm a rancher in Montana. Is it very common to get bleed through between parallel lives also? Mm-hmm. And can you tell me about what that would feel like?
Yeah, it would feel like maybe the desire to, especially like, say, for instance, the life that you're living right now is a challenging, difficult life. If the rancher in Montana is having like a great life and a pretty laid back, low key life, you might feel the desire to just leave everything behind and become a rancher somewhere. So it might feel like the desire to do something that you've never done. Yeah. Like, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Parallel universes. Now there are infinite number of universes, right? And infinite number of dimensions.
Those, they don't really feel, well, yes, I guess one is a more energetic thing. The dimensions, feels more energetic.
Oh.
And the universes feel more
location.
Yes.
Location. Yeah.
So like the other side feels dimensional.
Yes.
Energetic. Yeah. This feels very real, very solid. So yes. Yeah, I guess there is a difference.
So the parallel universe, is Elisa also in a parallel universe, not just an alternate reality dimension and not a parallel life in India? But tell me, can one have a life in another universe? What is that like?
So what he's actually showing me is that like parallel universes, he says they all have like an Earth that's kind of like the heavier, the harder planet in because in other universes there's also extraterrestrial energy, which which really is like he says, really, if you think about it, humans are extraterrestrial to the other to the other planets. So he says it's kind of like that, but in most all the universes, there's a planet that's the more challenging one to go to. And he says some in some of the universes, and in here, not all the planets have life on them. So there's some similarities, maybe more planets, more moons, more, in different universes. But he says they all have some form of life.
Yeah. What's the purpose of those?
Well, really, it's just kind of always been. But
is it so we can have more experiences to download?
Yes, he says, because otherwise the overcrowding would be, if there was just one universe and all, the souls wanting to come in, it's just not possible. So there's so many options in so many different places. And again, he says, if you were only able to just have the one experience that you're having in the particular life that you're living, that's very narrow thinking is what he says. And that's not really,
I see. So
we're not narrow
lives in other universes, having parallel lifetimes, having alternate realities, they all contribute to getting more information downloaded to help our soul evolve, right?
Yes. Yep.
That's cool. Anything else, Erik?
Well, he says, all that being said, there are still some souls who don't incarnate, who choose to stay on the other side and learn there. It's a slower pace, but he says, for some souls, if you're an eternal being, who cares what the pace is, That's
true. It's true.
Yeah. Yep.
I wish I had done that sometime. All right. Well, thank you, Erik, and thank you, Jennifer. I love you, Erik. I love you, Jennifer. And you guys check her out at jenniferdoran.com.
PsychicMediumJenniferDoran.com. Sorry.
Huh?
Psychic Medium Jennifer
Doran. I haven't said it for so long. Psychic Medium JenniferDoran.com. And y'all check out our new YouTube. It's different. We're going to start having some live YouTube so you guys can ask us questions, ask Erik questions, etc. And also check out the new channel AtlantisScalar.com, because I've got some pretty cool services coming up, like age reversal, relief from addictive substances and behaviors. I got Maximizing your psychic gifts coming up. That's all actually already there. Pain relief, but I only do so far. I only have a frequency set for the sacrum, hip, lower back, and the neck and shoulders. But you know, and what else? He wants us to do a frequency set on PTSD, one on social anxiety, one on other types of anxiety, one on weight optimization, one on diabetes 1 and diabetes and one on diabetes 2. And what else does he want me to do? Can't do it all at once. Oh yeah, now he gave me recently a frequency set and a intent script for sleep optimization and for fatigue to boost your mental and physical energy to its highest potential. So we'll see. I'm going to test them out. I'm going to ask for volunteers to test out in exchange for a video testimony about how it worked. So, all right. Thank you. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.